Hello all, my name is Krishnak and welcome to my YouTube channel. So from past many days, many people are actually asking me questions like, Krish, please tell us the complete roadmap, how to prepare for competitive programming. So guys, I'm going to make three important parts of this particular video. This is just the part one. I've also listed down some of the topics which I needed to specifically tell you, like which all topics are very important for competitive programming and how you should actually prepare the complete guidance. This is just a part one. We'll just start from the basics. I mentioned all the topics over here. I'll read it in front of you and probably I'll also paste it in the description of this particular video, right? So without wasting any time, let's go ahead. Before going ahead with respect to this video has been sponsored by Unacademy. So Unacademy has come up with its complete course on competitive programming in three different programming languages, that is Python, and apart from that you also have with C++ and Java. Here you can see all the detailed syllabus with respect to Python programming language, and as you all know how important competitive programming is for every college students, right? So these are the specific topics you can see over here with respect to the schedule, with respect to the different assignments, with respect to dates and all. So here you can see some of the topics like introduction to variables, operators and conditionals, problem solving with variables, operator and conditionals, and many more topics are similarly mentioned over there. These all topics are very important for all those people who are interested in to get into competitive programming from basics with the help of Python programming language. If you are interested in other programming languages like C++ or Java, you can also check out these two specific batches which is being recently started on December 14th. So you can check out all this particular information. These all links will be given in the description of this particular video. Go ahead and please do check it out. Now the first thing guys, if you are starting the competitive programming, and nowadays Python is also becoming a very common programming language and many people are trying to use Python for the competitive programming too. Yes, there are some disadvantages when compared to Java or C++ in terms of using Python for competitive programming, but it's okay if you are able to do it because most of the programming languages are almost same. In Java and C++ or C Sharp, some of the syntaxes are changing. If you're using Python also, it is well and good. So to begin with, what you have to first of all do, you have to be very much familiar with one programming language. It may be with respect to Python, Java or C++ or C Sharp. Now in my case, I'm going to take an example of Python. Now initially you need to know about Python. You need to have good hands-on practice with respect to Python. You should be able to write different kind of conditions like if, while, different kind of for loops. Apart from using for loops, you should know how to create functions because functions actually helps you to reuse the code. So it is pretty much important that you try to use all these particular techniques, but definitely loop, conditions, if, while clause and all should be very much specific and common, right? Because these all are simple things to start with Python programming language. And if you have already seen my complete machine learning playlist, I have already taken all these things, right? And in this video, I'll be talking about, the basic Python programming language. And then we'll also focus on what are the simple data structures that you should be learning in the initial state if you are actually a starter in competitive programming. Now with respect to this, always remember, once you get a good hands-on practice with respect to Python, you can also jump into the data structures. Now many people get confused with respect to data structures and algorithms. In my part 2 of the video, I'll be talking about algorithms and all, but in this video, I'll be specifically talking about Python programming language and what are the data structures that you should basically learn. Now, if you are already doing or if you have already learned Java and C++, probably you have heard of various data structures like list, tuple, set, queues, and many more, right? Linked list, binary trees and all. So these all data structures are pretty much common. Similarly, with respect to Python, I have written some of the data structures that you should be very much familiar with, like integer, float, characters, strings. I'll not consider integer, float as a data structure, but at least strings, list, tuples, dictionaries, sets, arrays, multi-dimensional arrays, trees, stacks and queues. Now see, if you are familiar with Python programming language, you don't have anything data structure like stacks and queues over there. If you remember about stacks, guys, it uses a principle of first in, last out. Similarly, in case of queues, you basically use first in first out principle. With the help of list or with the help of arrays, you will be able to create stacks and queues. So stacks and queues are pretty familiar data structures which are very handful in different kind of operations. Similarly, linked list is also another data structures which is very important. You have binary trees. Now if you are learning about binary trees, some of the common operations that you will be able to perform are like prefix, infix, postfix operation. I hope you have heard about this, pretty much familiar. And if you are very much common to Python, you will also be knowing about data structures like series, data frames, because whenever you're working with some Excel file, CSV file, you will be using this kind of data structures like data frames, series, because there are a whole lot of different kind of operations when you're handling this huge data sets which is being consistent or which is being uploaded in some specific files, and you're loading it from there, doing some pre-processing and performing a lot of operations. As suggested, these are some of the common data structures which you need to know very much necessarily, because some of the collections that I've spoken about, like list, tuples, queues, right? List, tuple, arrays, right? Different kind of operations in the arrays. Arrays are quite fast, right? With respect to different kind of operations. And one more thing that you have to basically also know, that when you're performing some of the operation by using this data structure, make sure that you always see the timestamp that it is taking to get executed, because there is a concept that will be probably coming in the part 2 where I'll be discussing about algorithms, where I'll be talking about time complexity, space complexity. These are something very important. You need to know about it. You cannot just skip it, because these all are pretty much important, right? So time complexities, we will be talking about the big O notation, omega notation, small o notations and all, right? Now, since we are discussing about the complete roadmap, definitely in the part 1, I would like to focus on the basic knowledge of any one programming language like Java, C++, C Sharp, or Python. In my case, since I'm already working in data science domain, I'm working with respect to machine learning or deep learning, I'd definitely choose Python. And yes, you can also do competitive programming with the help of Python. The first thing after learning Python programming language, I'd also focus on learning the data structures, which is pretty much important. Data structures is required, and as I suggested, that what are the data structures we should start with. We have strings, we have list, tuple, set, dictionaries. Dictionaries are just like a key value pairs. Then you have a linked list, you have stacks, queues, you have binary trees. Definitely, again, binary tree is not a separate data structures. You probably have to use some basic data structure in order to construct binary trees also. Now, in the upcoming videos, I'll be talking about general algorithms. We'll be talking about time complexity, space complexity, and some of the common problems like sorting problems, like we have merge sort, selective sort, and all. These all are kind of different kind of algorithms, which are common which are basically used for solving some common problem statement. And with respect to different kind of algorithms, different time complexity and space complexity is basically used. I'll be talking about this kind of algorithms, because if I just talk about just sorting algorithms, right, so many sorting algorithms are there, like selective sort, merge sort, binary search sort. So different type of algorithms are there. Similarly, different type of search algorithms are also present, like binary search tree and all are there. So I'll be talking about this, and again, I'm making a list of points so that you will be pretty much familiar with all these things. So I hope you like this specific video. I want you all to please understand this, is that competitive programming is important, definitely, because even though you don't have a data science knowledge, you will be able to go into the product based or service based. And this is specifically important for freshers. So I always say fresher that whether you know data science or not, always make sure that from your second year or third year, start preparing for competitive programming. There you try to learn about data structures and algorithms, try to solve complex problems, because competitive programming is all about solving complex problems with the help of data structures and algorithm in a much more efficient manner. So I hope you like this particular video. Please do subscribe the channel if you have not already subscribed, and I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great day ahead. Thank you one and all. Bye bye.